Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we're going to be having a winter storm that will be going on across the Midwest into the Great Lakes region. Well, I'm not going to have a snowfall forecast on this storm system. It will bring a pretty good amount of snow, but I'm not going to create one. We'll be taking a look over some models in their snowfall maps, and we'll be taking a look into the Weather Prediction Center probabilities here for how much snow you could potentially get. And let's go ahead and get started with the GFS model here. Currently, your low pressure system's over New Mexico and Colorado. Does has a small chance of severe weather across portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas there for potentially for a supercell or two. But that severe weather threat does diminish later into tonight, and there's even some snow going on across Colorado that eventually pushes to the northeast here. And you got a piece of energy coming away from Montana and the Dakotas. We got some cold air reaching the moisture, and you get snow. And here comes all the snow here going on across a good chunk of Iowa, northern Missouri, northern Illinois, and southern Wisconsin, eventually central and northern Michigan. And as you can see there, with a pretty good amount of snow there coming off for the GFS here, but it seems like it also shows it may become a nor'easter. I don't know if I'm going to be buying that, but we're going to see about that. And there's even could be some snowfall accumulations as far south as around Indiana and Ohio, perhaps Kentucky there as well. I could see some snow. And hold on. And let's take a look into those snowfall totals here coming from the GFS model here. Anywhere from, at least for the highest amounts, could be up to a foot of snow for a few areas there. You can see a foot there in Wisconsin, potentially in some areas in uh, uh, western and northwestern Michigan there. Not for the upper Michigan area. And if we take a look into some other models, like the Canadian model, it's a little bit further south here. Now, their specific transit is kind of moving a little bit further to the south here, and the National Weather Service offices around those areas is actually predicting snowfall amounts could be up to a foot of snow. And there's also a big disagreement from one of the other National Weather Service offices there as well. But we're going to see what happens here. So far, there's been a little bit of a south trend here. You could definitely tell from the Canadian model some of those higher amounts could be as far south as northern Indiana, and even moves on into southern Michigan, northern Illinois. There, for a very tip corner of northwestern Ohio. And if we take a look into the icon model, it's pretty much a garbage model at this point here. Don't like using it. We'll take a look into the NAM family. And as you can see here, it's kind of like the Canadian model here. Some of those highest snowfall amounts could be around the Chicago area and Detroit. That's not going to be good for some of those folks. And again, some of those highest snowfall amounts could be potentially up to a foot of snow. Some areas might be able to see a little bit more than a foot of snow, maybe 13, 14 inches there. If we look at the RGM model here, which I don't think goes throughout the entire event, no, but you could probably definitely tell about the track here. Your track could be something like this here for some of the highest snowfall amounts. Probably something like that here, I will think, for an RGM model. It only goes out 54 hours. So yeah, an RGM model is a pretty good model to use for some winter type of, for snowfall accumulations, so that type of stuff. Let's take a look into the European model. So let's go ahead and skip over to 12 p.m. on Monday tomorrow. Your low pressure system will be over the Missouri and Arkansas border. And again, there's going to be no severe weather threat to that. However, the NAM does show a little bit of severe weather threat across southern Missouri and Arkansas there. You can see there's also a secondary low pressure system coming in behind it as well. And it seems like it dissipates. But you can see here, then your low pressure system starts to move northeast, kind of along and north of the Ohio River. Let's go and move on 4 o'clock here. Your moisture or cold air merges and you get quite a bit of snow around Chicago, Detroit, perhaps south of Iowa City. There's a pretty good amount of snow across the plains, and then you get a train of snow for southwest to northeast, and it becomes a very strong storm system as it reaches into Canada there. Snowfall amounts coming from the European model here. As you can see here, it's showing some areas may be able to reach 10 inches. That could be a little bit underdone. But again, there's a pretty widespread 5 to 10 inches of snow here across Michigan, a good chunk of Illinois, northern Indiana, and portions of Missouri. So for around Wisconsin, at least for several Wisconsin there, it's going to be a very close call for you guys. And it kind of moves on into the interior northeast here. Some of those mountains there could be seeing quite a bit of snow as well. Probably at least a foot of snow for some of those places. And the last thing we're going to take a look into is the Weather Prediction Center's outlook here. So this is a probability of 2 to more inches of snow. As you can see here, this is about a 95 to 100% chance here. You can see here by looking into their forecast here, this is actually quite a bit further north here, so I would not be surprised if this here moves further south here. I think that's why some of those National Weather Service offices are still following, the Weather Prediction Center. It's because they have it a little bit, quite a bit further north. What about around 4 inches of snow? You can see there's about 90 to 95% defined across southern Wisconsin there. Those oranges is about 80 to 90%, which is a pretty good chance, and the light blue is 70 to 80. More than 8 inches of snow. That's kind of best chance for that is in southeastern Wisconsin with a 70 to 80% with a very light shade of blue right there. Now, more than a foot of snow, there's actually 2 areas that has the best chance for it. There's one in southeastern Wisconsin and another area there for portions of eastern Iowa and far northwestern Illinois. Around 18 inches of snow, that's pretty much not going to happen by the Weather Prediction Center. So in my opinion here, probably the best chance of having the most snow will probably be areas kind of right in here. Will be kind of a little bit of a rough draft there. Could probably have the best chance of seeing some pretty good snows here, like Lansing there, Grand Rapids, Chicago, and potentially Detroit. There, it's going to be north of Springfield, so some of you guys there will probably miss a good chunk of the snow there, unfortunately. But anyways, I don't know what I said there, but anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little bit of a winter storm video. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If y'all guys got questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I will answer your guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.